Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a Temerian Tuesday, and I've had some requests for a seasonal deck. I know a lot of people don't love it, but this deck would probably play decent on ladder as well. But let's walk you through, show you how this works. You can have some fun. Now, one thing you could definitely do to change this deck, put Cohen in here. Everybody's going to come pre-boosted, so you can get Cohen to line up just right if you want him to. But he is a little bit clunky and difficult to use. So instead, we're going to be going for all of these other Witchers. Now, one other thing you could do here too, Arch Griffin actually plays pretty decent in seasonal. You just need to have a better way to tutor him out than I have, and I don't love the lack of consistency, but it would get damaged by 2 and then boosted by 4, which is a net boost of 2. And then you can use these Witcher Rangers to transfer all those boosts onto them. That being the case, I just had them in here so you guys could see them. I do think drummers are probably a better fit for this deck, so we're going to use them. They will take 2 damage but get boosted by 4, and they start with this armor, so it ends up as a net 3-point boost, which plays pretty well. And then Scytheman is just fantastic finishers, excellent value. Kersarin gets you these Witcher Adepts or Griffin Witchers, depending on what position you're in. And we've got the Mentors. I love them for point value. Having a cycle cards back isn't always the best, but it is good value. But they also are brick protectors when you are playing the trio, who I do love, and I think gets great value with Vesemir Mentor at any point in the game, so long as you're down to that Adrenaline 4. So they could definitely get some good points there. So everybody has to do seasonal and make progression on some of these milestones to get the cool young Vesemir avatar. So, go ahead and do it. And then Ciri Dash, she drops down at 9 points. So really difficult to remove with anything other than like a Geralt Professional or a regular Geralt. Great point value. We get a lot of value out of continued play of cards, so we're just going to ride it. Everything else is pretty straightforward, although we do have Igni and we do have Yrden in here too. So, you can have some fun with it. As always, make sure you are making progress on all of your costumes, outfits. You do need to win 20 games with armor equipped in order to get this one. And same for both the golden helmet and the regular one. But you can also use the beetle coin and the ancient focus cube. So regular PSA on those. Just make sure you're working it, as they say. We'll go for the Ronin mask because I had to win 20 games for that. So why not? Oh shoot, I forgot. We still need to win 4 more games in Necromancer outfit in order to get the dagger. So Ancient Cube and then the Beetle Coin. You don't have to do both, you just need to do one or the other. But since we are showing people how this works, we're going to go ahead and do that. And then what you choose for your card back is totally up to you. I'm loving using these seasonal ones. So cool looking. It gets 3D. So we'll do it. So jumping in, Trial of the Grasses, here we go. And for those of you who aren't familiar, again, every card that gets played gets damaged by 2 and then boosted by 4. If it's a Witcher, ignore the 2 points of damage. So all these Witchers are going to drop down for tons of points. You do see a lot of Northern Realms here because they just are so much value. Being on blue coin is certainly not so bad. So we do want Griffin Witcher out and then give him that lock protection typically. But here we're looking for Vesemir Mentor. Drummers are decent value. I mean, I traded in for them, but I actually like Scytheman more than them. Put target practice back here. And Mentor. Alright, perfect. We got one of the trio. Okay, now here, you just want to set up a Griffin Witcher, let it ride. It's already going to get pre-boosted to 8, so we're just going to let it sit there. And then we'll just drop Crystal Skull on it when Adrenaline 3 comes around. No need to worry about it right now. And we do want to play around Igni, but Ciri Dash works well right now. And we just start pinging away at their Griffin Witcher here. Then with this selective mutation, we're gonna look for different card. This is a little weird. I don't know why they would expend 2 Uprisings onto this Griffin Witcher, but everybody gets to make choices. So, selective mutation for Vesemir Mentor looks like a good play here. But first I need to get my Griffin Witcher's Adept set up, so we'll go with Karsaren here. And we're just going to play a lot on the melee row. And Fortune Teller does give you that Veil, which gets you that 3 points of damage. It's not bad. But it's not super great either. Not a ton of value coming out of that. Geralt Quinn coming down. There's not going to be any shield played here. So instead, the opponent just playing their own Siri Dash. So I really don't want to have to deal with this here, even though I would prefer to use Vesemir early on. I don't want to have to lose my card advantage. So we're going to go Selective Mutation. Here though, you can't get Igni because he doesn't have Adrenaline Rush, so it is kind of unfortunate. We just kind of miss out on him here. And we put something back here. We just have tons of Witchers, so we're going to put Scytheman back. He is worth a lot of points, but don't really need him. And now the Adept has kind of this weird action where these Witcher students are already transformed, so you do lose some value here. So that's a little bit awkward. So we're just going to hold on to the charge. I thought it was only when they were played. Whenever a unit appears on the board. So here we see our Siri Dash go down. We get to the Adrenaline 5 here. Here you see if we go for the transformation, we're going to lose value, but because we show you how things work, we're just going to go ahead and do it. We still keep the lead over the opponent here. The card advantage really hacks away at us if we lose after this play, so we're actually just going to probably take the pass here. Well, he gets the card regardless now. We went one turn too long. So here we're going to go for the trio. They all appear. They all get boosted. Really good value. Probably should have played around the Igni a little bit here. But, you know, not all of us are geniuses. So we're going to go for Berengar here just to play around the Igni a little bit. And we forgot to click this Griffin Witcher, so not the most brilliant of moves from me. Now we start doing that 3 damage. I have to infer this is either for Mentor or for the trio. Out comes the Scytheman. Isn't so bad for us, we don't mind that. We'll go for Erland here. So we can kind of just choose how we want to use that value on him. And we're going to leave melee row alone and start hacking away at the ranged row. This because we're looking to drop a Yurden here to close out this round. And as far as boosting units in our deck, I think I'd really like to have a thick Igni, if that's possible, but I have no guarantee of drawing that, so we're just going to be a little patient here. If I'm going to trigger it, triggering it this round is probably the best time to do it. And yes, as Slav Squirrel comments, we should go teach our grandma to suck eggs. This is going to get locked and do damage, so that's a little bit weird play in my opinion. But they do get the lucky kill on my Griffin Witcher, so good for them. This Leo gets us good boost.
Now, try throwing 3.
I do like the Ivo play here. I think he does make good sense.
Hey, I can see a cat staring from here.
The hits on Leo are a little strange. Maybe he's trying to go for all 9s here. And here we are up by quite a few points. But I just want to kind of drain this away, steal all this value. Close out this round with a W. Seeing the opponent likely doing some quick math here. With their own Erland, and probably a trio.
We've to rise above, go beyond, become more.
This random 3 damage really coming in clutch for the opponent here. Either way, we are going to have like a 1 card disadvantage, so here we can just pray that the opponent misses the value by just enough. But like I said again, I'm expecting this to be the trio. Oh, Keldar is not enough points, I don't think. It's a little strange to see Keldar coming down. The opponent trades away their card advantage. Although this Keldar playing for crazy high points with these Witcher students. Slav Squirrel just questioning what Care Saren does. So it boosts a unit in your deck by 3. Turns out doing that and then taking that value onto our Erland was clutch for winning this game. I mean, it's not over yet. I'm trying to draw into Keldar here, just since he has so much value. We're just going to go ahead and take the pass here. Having last say with our Igni is going to be clutch. We want to play around their Igni a little bit here. Although we've seen Evo, we've seen Eskel. Alright, happy to see Griffin Witcher. These target practices play for 10 points, so pretty decent. Scythen is going to play for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boost, so decent value. We'll put Mentor back, and we'll put Mentor back again. Not great, not great drawing here. Missing that Keldar could be the end of us. Kind of drew into everything else. I do want this Griffin Witcher set up just so we can start pinging away, get units all to the same value. But we'll do boosts onto the Griffin Witcher Adept on another row. so we can spread that around a little bit. And we just want to track this as soon as somebody gets to 20, then we can get after it with Igni. And this random 3 points of damage we have to keep track of just so Igni doesn't lose its value. I'm going to ping this Witcher student to 9 so that if this 3 points hits the mentor, we get value out of that. So just bad luck there. Still at 24 points, so. Now I'm just kind of playing around the Igni. There's lots of value there, so just being patient here. No need to rush. Wait for the opponent's last play and then make our decision. It doesn't technically matter which order you do these Scythemen in because all of these units are boosted. But now we want to get the boost first. So it would have been nice to tickle this one and have the two 13s. Didn't expect the Berenger though, so. But there you go. That's already a win, and then we close it out with this Scytheman. So opponent just didn't do their math in round 1. They got close though. But pretty fun deck. Let's jump in and show you guys another game. See if we can keep our series this time. Donmir also plays really well in the seasonal because of his shield and his armor. So you can go ahead and drop him down. He has great value. Gives you a defender. Go ahead and use him if you want to. Right now we're just kind of showcasing this, although there's one thing I want to change. But too late now. I totally forgot about the Witcher students. And that's why I included the regular Witcher student adepts. But these guys just aren't very good for us. We do have one mentor, so we can cycle back another one of these if we accidentally get it. But looks like we avoid that problem. The only thing we're really missing out here is I'd like to have Ciri earlier, but that's okay. I love these for value. You get a lot of armor here, so you can kind of get some units to synergize well with that. But they do cap out at 11, so if these are both portaled, just a lot of risk to a Jurden, a bit, but really mostly to Igni, which we don't have. But the deploy is 4, so this really is good value. And like I said, so this makes her a great target for Quartermaster since they get that armor back. Just kind of get to play with Reckless Abandon a bit. We're going to wait to play this Mentor, both for the adrenaline, but also just because we want to set up that value there. We don't have anything that gives Veil, so we don't get that kind of continuous use out of these Griffin Witchers. And then we can kind of wait for the Ranger. Ranger's not bad here. But we'll go ahead and drop down Drummer. This is just good value. Just picking off the armor here so we can start getting that value on this Quartermaster. These Adepts are just going to keep getting armor back every turn, so it's just an experience and idiocy, if you will. This is fantastic play, though. I love this. So many Witchers he's getting out on the board. Vesemir Mentor playing for tons of points for the opponent. We're just gonna ping away for value here. Jurden looking like a boss. So we'll just wait for that. Just get out our other drummer. Just be patient. No reason to kind of overextend ourselves in plays. With Portal coming down, Armor Up coming down. The opponent isn't playing a ton of provisions, but they are kind of going for their big round this round. But I don't make a ton of different seasonal decks unless there's requests. So if you really want to see more, let me know. Post that up in the comments down below. But typically, you know, this isn't the most loved of all the types of decks out there, so we'll just be patient with it. And here we're getting 4, 8, 11, 8. So 17 points on ranged. This is 8, 6, or so it's 14, 17, 21, 23, 24. So 24 points. It's not enough for us to clinch a win here. And we're not getting the Keldar spawns. Just not a whole lot of, not really a lot of chance for us to pull a win on this one. And Vesemir Mentor is much better if we can get these extra spawns out of Selective Mutation, Target Practice, and Keldar. But I don't have those. So we're just going to play him just for guaranteed value later on. About 44 points is a lot for us to overcome. And we just totally forgot to use this. The opponent just counting here.
Double the coin and consider it done.
24 points gets us to 66. 30 points we can almost get with Igni, or with Jurgen, sorry. We can close it out with Leader, so let's go ahead and do it.
So what's our plan?
And right now we're seeing more value on the melee route, so we'll start getting after these Bear Witchers. And we do get just enough here. We'll ping for damage, and then we get the passive boosts here. So now if I can get Ciri, this is the perfect time to play her. The opponent has to play as long as I'm going to play. And I can just play trash cards, bleed them out, and then get that value from Ciri. So just really looking for her here. Erland quite good as well though. But we're going to put this Griffin Witcher back since we get another one out of Karsaren anyway. Ugh. So right now our Adrenaline card is going to be Keldar, who is also quite good. So I'll put him back. Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate here. But we'll start with Mutation, put Scythen back. Take Keldar. And then because we have Igni, we'll probably just get out of this quickly. This ties up the round, doesn't get the opponent any other value, so we do need to be a little concerned about Arnagod. Now the opponent has to play another card, so we get last say. And Ignion and Arnagod's not so bad. Shield Maiden's a genius play here since they take the damage and get boosted. But it's whenever they appear, so they both get boosted up to 6. Decent thinning play. And it is a peer, so you could totally use Ceres to get that play too. So I do like the Witcher here just for Igni value. Double Scytheman is quite nice. But I really want Ciri. Not getting her here though. Leo would have also been nice. But once again, just missing a little bit of value. Now something, I'm going to make this change at the end of this and we'll have this in the updated deck. But we're going to switch these Griffin Witcher Adepts into Dunbanner. They'll take 2 damage and then they'll get boosted. So you'll get a good thinning play out of that. So you'll be playing down with 6 cards in deck instead. You could also put Geralt Quinn in here instead of Ciri. He'll get you a little bit more consistency, which could be nice. We don't really have any... we don't really have any way to defend Erland against an Arnagod play. Arnagod does play at Adrenaline 4. But so Keldar is really vulnerable here, but Berenger plays down for a lot of value, so might see this. Quinn coming for Berenger is a little weird. They must have Arnagod in hand. We do have Igni here, so we're just going to be kind of triggering this down as much as possible. We're going to take another one here. Now this Bear Witcher Quartermaster will go down to 6. This is kind of a poor choice in my opinion. I would have pinged the shield. Because now he's done damage for us. We'll get him down to 6, then we're just praying to proc against the right units here. And we're going to go for Mentor soon. We don't need to do it quite yet. Berenger's probably going to be safe here, so we'll just go ahead and get him out this turn, and then we can get at Keldar next. Well, actually, let's get down to Keldar now. We're going to boost Ciri just in case we draw her, which we probably won't. But that way she just plays for value for us. Otherwise, we're going to be stripping off that value with Erland anyway. Blaze of Glory comes down. Greatsword to take out this Keldar. Didn't anticipate the Greatsword being in here. We probably should have just pinged, boosted Keldar up by 1, but we are where we are. Arnagod doesn't make a ton of sense in this deck, if we're being honest, too, because... stuff. Because there's not a lot of damage units right now. We're going for Mentor here. Leo is probably a little bit more value than Scytheman since there are going to be more Witchers. And he has a higher base value and he won't get damaged. So we'll put Scytheman back. And here, still pinging away at this Berenger. And we'll just go ahead and let this end. And it's all going to come down to luck on these Griffin Witchers for next turn. But Leo's likely going to be our finisher. Erland's Adrenaline 3, so we can go ahead and play him this next turn. Looks like they bricked here. And I can get Bear Witcher Quartermaster to 8. And this row is above 35, so we're going to take the value now that we can count it. And just raise those 24 points. Now, Igni probably would have been better in some cases as a total finisher, and we are still down by quite a bit. But I'm just concerned about these Griffin Witchers. Here we go, seeing that ping against the 7. But just been a bit unfortunate there. And I knew he bricked, so we had some time. I want to get down Erland. And Erland's going to be an incredible amount of value for us. We are susceptible to an Igni here. I probably should have played him to ranged. So instead, I'm just going to play around that by boosting up this Griffin Witcher by 1. I'm still expecting this Arnagod, but he's only going to get 1 armor for this damaged Berenger. There's the Igni.
Let's get this over with.
We're going to finish with Berenger just in case. And we're not triggering this Erland yet because we don't need to. Neither this, just because this is potentially a Yurden. Tons of value here. Probably should have gone Leo to ranged if we're being honest. There it is. And we're going to be in a bit of a pickle here, but it's not the end of the world. I think we're going to be okay. Just want to boost up these two. Erland, we're going to... Oh, we did this in the wrong order. So if we lose by 1 point, it's because I did the Erland at the wrong time. But we win by 1 point. So, yeah, that was a misplay. Erland should have been triggered first, and then we play the Scytheman. But there we go, pulling out the win. And like I said, I'm going to be making this one tweak to add in done banners. They just play nicely for good thinning. And these adepts just really aren't that helpful here. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This should make for a fun Temerian Tuesday. Like I just showed, you can get a few wins this way if you're just trying to look for wins quick and easy. People don't take as long roping on seasonal. Also, you just got to make some of this progress for these seasonal trees. Again, get that young Vesemir avatar. He's totally dope looking. But as you can see here, you got to win some rounds here. His are pretty easy and straightforward. But in the Season of the Wolf, which I've already completed, you'll need to play Witchers 15 times, 6 rounds in seasonal events, 10 matches in a game mode, but the final one is also seasonal. So just make sure you're making progress on those. And until next time, though, get that young Vesemir avatar. Let me know how you are liking this deck. If you have tweaks, suggestions, thoughts, also let me know. And until next time, good luck on the path. Get out there and keep on Gwenting. Bye for now.